Good morning, everybody. We are at the Pilot Travel Center in Avondale, Arizona right now. Let me figure out which way this guy, I think he's turning right. Alright, finally ready to leave here. Going to be picking up a JBS beef load from right down the street here by our right by our drop yard from the JBS plant there. It's in Tolleson. Ended up sitting here for 44 plus hours, I think. Really, the load was ready. I think about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours ago. I got a message. I don't know what exact time it came in, but it looked like it was around 1 a.m. It's a little after 3 now. Saying that it's ready to go on a certain trailer number. I had called them up last night around, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock or so. And yeah, the guy was very hopeful, very friendly and all that. Said the load was just assigned to a trailer number within the last hour, and that they'd be putting it up against the dock door pretty soon after. But he kind of estimated that it might take at least a few hours before it'd be ready. So, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and get me some rest. Look like we're clear here. We're going to make a right turn out of here. Alright, so it should be on the shorter side for you though, because I know, like I said, I know the trailer is ready to go, and I know it's on a specific trailer number, so all we really need to do is get over there, which is not a long trip. Get checked in, drop this trailer, hook to loaded, and go check in at the shipping office, let them know, hey, I'm here, and sign for the bills. All that good kind of stuff. We'll talk a little bit more on that process. If you're not familiar with JBS, I've been there before, so I actually probably have a few different. I know at least one. I know probably a few videos of me picking up from there in the past. So. Alright, so yeah, I did end up sitting, but yeah, let me get these safety systems that I don't like off. Yeah, I could have been rolling immediately after I delivered that last load. However, it involved a customer that I refused to do loads for. Again, I don't, like I mentioned in that previous video, I don't want to go into specifics on who the customer is. It's not important, and I don't need to be, throwing their name in the mud or under the bus, whatever. And I think it'd be bad business to rat them out to the public for JCT as well. So I'm just gonna keep that to myself. Alright, next street up here is Buckeye. We're going to make a left. And right after we get past 91st Street? We're on 99th right now, 99th Avenue. I think when it's right after we get past 91st Avenue, if I recall. The very first driveway after that will be the JBS plant. Alright, so I finally got all caught up on the video editing stuff and posting, so I know all the other content that I've done up to now is on the channel already as of this recording. So far, I thought I'd get a little bit more hate on that video that I did of about Your years of experience alone do not qualify your credentials. I mean, they definitely help, but if you can't, you know, just that alone does not qualify you. Like I say, you could have all that time as a rodeo clown and not spend 1 minute on a bull, and you can't say that you're an expert on bull riding if you're if you got all those years as a rodeo clown. All right, anyway, that's kind of don't need to drag that subject on. Hot topic. Yesterday, Memphis PD they released a series of videos about the Tyre Nichols arrest and eventual death. Man, I'm gonna tell you, there was a whole bunch of things done wrong by everybody, including Nichols, from as far as I'm concerned. I saw the videos. I know a lot of people don't want to watch them. So I figured, I ended up posting a kind of rundown on what I saw on this is 91st right here. The very first driveway over here on the left is going to be, alright, yeah. So I need right here. It's all funky setup. And I swear, I've been doing construction over here on Buckeye in this area for a long time. Alright, since we're already here with the customer, I'm going to go ahead and maybe I'll wait till we're on our way out of here. And I'll tell you kind of more or less what I saw and what my take on that situation was. Because I just really want to at least get to the nitty gritty here. Hopefully make the video not too long, and those of you guys who really want to stick around to hear about my perspective on that. Yeah, a lot of bull haulers here right now. Yeah, we'll talk about that at that point in time. Okay, the bull haulers all use the right lane, by the way. I don't have to get in line behind them. I'm going to be using the left lane. They'll be using the right. Damn, day cab bull hauler, huh? Alright, usually have good interactions with these guards here. They're usually friendly enough, and a lot of them are sports fans too, so I usually end up getting a bullshit with them all about sports. Alright guys, we're all checked in there now. I just want to make sure the reefer unit's running and check the inside to make sure it's clean and all that, and serviceable or whatever. Alright, now we're going to go drop our empty over here on the lot here on the right. Yeah, I guess these new Hirschbach trailer numbers that we have, JCT trailers with Hirschbach numbers, I guess they are throwing off some of their shipping people here. I guess when they, sometimes they're coming in, or they're saying that's not a JCT trailer, because they're so used to JCT trailer numbers that we previously had, always 4-digit numbers. They're usually starting with a 6 or a 7. I guess they got thrown for a loop. Alright, we're gonna make the right here. Now this is going to be a quicker process than normal because I already know which loaded trailer I'm going to be looking for. So as soon as I get through dropping this trailer, we're going to go straight over here to the loaded section, which is right here on our left. Find our loaded trailer, and then we'll go over to where we check in with the loaded trailer already behind us. Okay, is this an opening? Oh, there's one right there. Alright, we'll just drop it right there then. My tandems are out a little bit further, and this is kind of a semi-narrow lane because the drop trailer, so I'm going to go ahead and go a little further before I started that setup. Alright, one problem with these cameras here is they light themselves up, which actually restricts visibility. Nope. I'm going to be off. We appear to have a winner. I hope. Damn, still coming in too heavy. Until I get those tandems around the corner of that other trailer, it's a problem. Yeah, see, I don't know that you're going to be getting any kind of view at all with this camera the way it is, so I think when I do get the Eagle Eye system fixed, I might have to keep the rear cameras hooked up to it, just in case I have these kind of situations where we can't reliably use these cameras. But the V-Sisto V7's camera, rear cameras, look like they'll be great during daytime hours, or if there's enough light that it can pick up on some outside light that won't cause it to go into night vision mode. I'm gonna also double check the settings on there. Maybe I can turn that setting off, but I don't think so. It didn't look like there were a heck of a lot of settings from what I recall. Anyway, I'm going to get disconnected here, and then we'll go find her loaded. Alright guys, we're disconnected. I'm going to go ahead and just let it down gently though. Already had some of the weight released anyway, but we should be good. Alright, now we're going to go find trailer 6665. Let's see, it should be right over here in this row in front of us, or somewhere in this section over here. What we have over here first. There's a JCT down at the end, but that is not the one I'm looking for. What's this one here? 6607. Okay, so neither of those. I need to hang this a little bit higher. Gotta wrap it a little bit more before that 6540 over there. What's this one I'm looking right at? I'm not lined up with it right. The one over here in the corner, I think that might be mine. The amber light is on the status light though, indicator, so yeah, that's it right there. I'm gonna have to figure out why that amber light is on. It could just be because the temp is out of range. Very common to see that. I hate having to do this, you know, constantly interact with this camera to get the right view showing up for you guys. Alright, yeah, you see that amber light on the left, on the driver's side of the trailer? That's this. I should be feeling the, I'm not feeling the fifth wheel hitting yet, so let's see what happens when I raise the airbags up. Yeah, now we got pressure. Alright, so we'll get hooked in. Boom. Alright, now we're definitely hooked in. However, we don't trust that. We get out there and look underneath that, go underneath that trailer and look to make sure it's actually hooked in. Alright, I'm gonna get hooked up and do a quick little pre-trip and all that on it, and then we'll figure out what we're working with here. Alright, we're done pre-tripping, putting load locks in and all that kind of stuff. There's some kind of a short circuit. I'm gonna have to get with our breakdown people to double check if it's something that I can run with, or actually, you know, there's even a PDF that you can get off the internet that will tell it all the reefer status codes are and how concerning they are. So it'll be like red colored. It'll to tell you that get it checked out ASAP. Or that maybe even the unit shut off because of it. Or there could be other ones that are yellow, or amber, whatever, kind of yellow colored, whatever, to indicate that they're a problem. You want to get them fixed, but don't necessarily have to do it urgently. See, once again, I'm forgetting to change my camera view. We're gonna park right over here against this curb here. Get checked in, and then looks like it's probably not going to be a very heavy load. I can't tell yet. It only looks like I got about 25,000 or so on the drives. Not a very heavy load at all on the front end, at least. The back end, I'm not really sure. We'll figure out. It is loaded fairly far back, so it could be on the tail heavy side, but I'm not concerned at all about that, because if it does end up tail heavy, I can always I can slide the tandems back. Well, we'll talk more about that on the way over to the scale, though. More than likely we'll be doing. So we'll get checked in and let you know how it works from there. Alright guys, we are ready to check out. Oops, I forgot to go out of yard move status, but it's alright. Might as well just, there we go. Alright, so normally we would be scaling it now. After you check in first, let them know you're going to use the scale. They'll make you use the scale if the build weight is over a certain amount. However, this is a lighter load. Okay, right in front of us here is the scale. My load is only 23,686, so I don't need to scale it at that weight. I still want to scale it, but I might use a CAT scale whenever I conveniently get somewhere. I can expedite this process getting out of here by just getting moving now. Since it's that light, I know for a fact it's gonna be legal. And even if it is still heavy, like I said, it's which I kind of anticipated it might possibly be with where the last pallets were in the trailer. Well, I guess they're not even really that far, that close to the back of the trailer. They're kind of close-ish, I guess I would say, but not super close. Look like there might be room for another pallet position, actually. So I just gonna go ahead and head out. What are we doing, dude? Well, at this point I can't. Guess he was gonna turn this way, but wasn't paying attention or something, or is he getting ready to back into a spot over there? I don't know. Oh, that's what he's doing. He's backing into where they offload their. They unload the cows over there, and that's what he's doing is lining up to back into one of the unloading spots there. Alright, left lane here when you're on your way out. Now, we'll get up here and then find out, we'll check out with him. Go ahead, go for it. Go ahead. Go ahead, go for it. I'll take a second. Okay. Alright, we are good to go here. I just need a semi-departure call. Actually, I'm going to send both departure and loaded because I know it's going to scale okay. So I'll hand jam that and we'll get out of here, and then we'll talk about that that dastardly case, whatever you want to call it. Alright guys, we're all done checking out and doing all of our departure, loaded, macro kind of stuff. We'll get out of here now. Okay, so on that Tyre Nichols case. Oh, by the way, this load is going to Houston, Texas, if I didn't already mention that. I don't recall if I did or not, so... Yeah, that's where it's going to be going. It is due on 30th, I think it is. Get around this curve here and I'll double check it. Yeah, the 30th, Monday. Alright, it's going to be going to the H-E-B distribution center over there, H-E Butts, grocery chain there. And I've been to H-E-B in San Antonio before. I don't recall if I've ever been to the one in Houston though. I'd have to double check. I'll have to check my records, but I'm wanting to say I've not been there before. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make a left out of here. So I'm going to go straight down Buckeye and then get on Loop 202 on, it'll be a few miles down. Couple miles down the road, whatever it is. Okay, so the Tyre Nichols case. Alright, I don't know what exactly preceded the, what triggered the traffic stop or whatever it was. It sounded like it was reckless driving, but I don't know for sure. At least that's the impression I had from what I read. It's something to do with reckless driving. And I guess Tyre was just trying to say he was just trying to get home, whatever. I don't know if he was trying to get home from work or whatever. I guess the guy was a FedEx driver. Problem is, you know, now there's two sides of this problem here. One, and how the officers handled the situation. Two, how did Tyre respond to the situation? I don't think he helped his own case, but nonetheless, there's no excuse for the way the officers treated him either. He was, there was just all kinds of messed up on every side there. So from what I saw right away, that when the first video camera, which is the dash cam of one of the guys, he comes up, he gets out of his car, and then the other guy, there's another officer already trying to pull him out of his car by his left arm. And he was like, I didn't do anything, and whatever, all this stuff. And well, they try to get him down, and they get him on the ground, and you know, but he was resisting. He kept having his arms out. He would not put his arms behind his back, and he was also he was refusing to get on his stomach like they wanted him to. They even told him, get on your stomach, and he was not complying. So he was being combative in that way, and that did not help his case in the least bit. However, he also was not, he did not strike me as being hostile, I guess, in a way, to the officers. He just seemed like he was just wanting to stiffen up and not do anything they wanted him to do. He was, you know, he might have been scared or something, I don't know. And why was he scared? Because he might have done something wrong that rightly caused them to try to get him out of there. Or some kind of stigma between, unfortunately, a lot of people in the black community and the police department, or police officers, whatever. It's pretty screwed up how that even happens there. Shouldn't even be like that, but you know, and I don't know what it's going to take to fix that situation there. But whatever the case, yeah, he was not being aggressive to the officers. He just seemed like he was resisting, and he ended up getting to where he got pepper sprayed, or they tried to pepper spray him or whatever, and then they ended up getting one of the other officers with the pepper spray on top of it. And I'm sitting there thinking, why in the hell are you using pepper spray in this kind of situation? Pepper spray should be getting used in a defensive posture, not offensive. This guy had at least 3 or 4 officers on him at the first location from what I could see. And you know, these guys are so bad at grappling. They had 4 of them on him, and he still managed to escape and take off. And using pepper spray in that case right there, you know, even just a year of mat time, a regular mat time, either on a wrestling mat or jiu-jitsu training or judo training or something, I bet you a good year of any of those arts would have made a big difference there. You get me on someone like that, you know, I got several years of jiu-jitsu training experience. Get me up against someone like that who might not even be trained for well, we don't know that, but he, if he's not trained in that kind of stuff, it would have been a pretty easy takedown, pretty easy thing to take care of there, but without escalating either. They came at him aggressively in an escalative manner, so that did not help the situation as far as his response to it. And then he did not respond to it appropriately himself. Is that truck parked? Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, though, yeah, he ended up somehow managing to escape and take off running down the street. They ended up chasing him into some residential area. Well, meanwhile, the guys on the dash cam, on the badge cams, stayed there back where they were at originally. And one of them, the badge cam guy, you know, he stayed there and was trying to help the other officer, one of the other officers there, get pepper out of pepper particles out of his eyeballs, so he can actually see. So again, was the pepper spray even necessary there? No, I don't think it was. And say grappling background of any kind by even just one of those guys, and that guy would not have been leaving that first site, and there would have been no harm, to anybody, in my opinion. But this is what happens when you get poorly trained officers who don't know how to they don't have any mat time in any grappling arts, and they get in a panic situation because now it doesn't matter what skin tone the officers are. In fact, these guys, all 5 of them who were arrested for this situation, were all black officers. So, this is just a sickening case of how it's not race, guys, contrary to popular belief. It's the fact that criminals are more apt to do stuff that whatever it takes to not get arrested, and that it could include causing harm to the officers involved. And it doesn't matter if it's the criminal's white or black. Come on, is that damn thing ever gonna? I'm trying to adjust my mirror, but it doesn't seem to want to adjust. All right. Oh, that's why I got the wrong mirror adjusted. I'm like, why isn't it moving? I was still I was set up on the driver's side still. Alright, but anyway, they get over that second site over there in this residential intersection there. And again, he's resisting. He's not one to get put in the cuffs. He's not making it easy in any way for them, but he's not being aggressive either. He did not strike me as being a threat to the officers, but the officers were obviously, they did not know how to 10 West closed, 202 to US 60. Well, I'm not going west, I'm going east, so it doesn't matter. To me, it looked like they did not know how to effectively handle that situation. And they just resorted to whatever they could, randomly think of to get him to comply, including kicking him in the face several times. And while they ended up finally getting him subdued and in handcuffs and then sitting up against the car, but he was having a hard time staying up. And while he was, he kept listing over, coming down to his side, trying to go down into the fetal position, which would also be the recovery position, which should have been what he would have already been in with what had happened to him, but they kept trying to sit him up. I don't think that helped him. But they also mistakenly believed that he was high as a kite. There were at least 2 officers there who said, man, this guy is really high or something, but it's like, I don't think he was high as a kite, because when you see the first badge cam video before it even got to that point, he seemed like he was talking coherently. He did not have a slur or anything like that. He just seemed like he was normal, like, what did I do? What did I do? I don't know, kind of situation there. And then all of a sudden he's catatonic. It's like, do you think maybe kicking him in the head or face several times might have, and punching him also in the head might have had something to do with that? Any of these officers who've dealt with car accidents should know that too. How many times do people in car accidents end up with head trauma? And they end up in a daze and confused and not knowing where exactly they're really at. People have been known in car accidents to get out of their car, go out into traffic, and not have any idea they're even in traffic. So this is the reality of what happens when you get head trauma. And they failed to recognize that. And I don't know if I didn't watch enough to see if they made any effort to give him any kind of medical aid or whatever. What I had read, they didn't get an ambulance to him, a gurney to him until like 28 minutes into this surveillance camera video. That was a little over 30 minutes long. So, know, all in all, it was just, man, that was one completely messed up situation there. Tyre did not help his own case by whatever caused them to try to stop him in the first place, and in resisting on top of that. Say, someone told me that it wasn't actually reckless driving, that he was targeted, but I don't know where they're getting that information from. Something caused them to target him, though, if he was targeted, regardless. What was it, though? I don't know. I'd like to know the story on that. And I can say a bunch of poorly trained officers on top of that. You know, just, man, it was... I cannot tell you how messed up that situation was. Now, I see a lot of use of force cases get mentioned on a couple of YouTube channels I like to watch. One would be the Gracie Academy channel. Henner Gracie, his brother, you know, they regularly do videos on their channel. They're both black belt instructors at the Gracie Academy in Torrance, California. They run a YouTube channel, and they regularly will, sometimes they'll do Gracie breakdowns on stuff like this kind of stuff that'll happen, and I can just picture them doing a video on this. And another channel I like to watch, Active Self-Protection, hosted by John Correa, who's actually from right here in Arizona, and I think Tucson, if I recall. Another great channel to watch. He's always critiquing police use of force situations, whether they did something, everything great, or whether they made mistakes, even though the situation was handled effectively or whatever. He'll critique every little detail about it, whether it's good or bad. Great channels, and I can already just picture both those guys putting up content about that situation there. Guys, just remember, don't resist. You know, if the cops tell you get on the ground, get on the ground. If they tell you put your hands behind your back, put them behind your back. If you're going to jail, they tell you you're going to jail, you're going to jail, period. You know, don't make it harder on yourself or on them. That's just going to piss them off even more and make it more likely that you're going to end up in a hospital or a morgue if you do resist. You know, if they rough you up or something, do something improper, you know, if you do everything you're supposed to do and they do something, then all right, file a complaint and get a lawyer or something and get it dealt with. You know, but you're not going to help your situation by being combative with them or resisting arrest, whatever, and not letting them put the cuffs on you if they want them on you. All right, so yeah, I know it's a shitty situation, but if you don't want the cuffs on you, don't do shit that's going to get you put in cuffs in the first place. But now that's a general saying there. I don't know what exactly caused them to want to arrest Nichols in the first place. So I don't want to speculate too much, other than that I know I heard something about reckless driving. That's about it. Alright, that's all I got for this one here. I think that's plenty of footage here for you guys to digest anyway. And this is going to be going to HEB in Houston, Texas, and it'll just be going across 202 until we get to I-10 eastbound, and then just stay on I-10 all the way out to Houston. Alright, so we'll see you guys in Houston on the next video, right? Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you then.